Good afternoon and welcome to the Rotary Hour right now on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. This is past District Governor Megan Jones Holt for Central New Jersey, encompassing Hunterdon, Middlesex, Mercer, Somerset, and Union counties. This show is dedicated to answering the ultimate question of what is Rotary, and each week we are here to impart our knowledge onto you. This is a new format for us. We are here live from Flemington, New Jersey at Jersey Talk Radio. And you can reach us at our website, rotarynj.org, or you can connect to us through their website, which is jerseytalk.com. Sorry, we can't play our theme music on this format. It's really throwing me off for a curve, but maybe one of those great Rotarians out there will write us a new themed original content song. We're here with our district governor kicking off this show, but before we do that, gonna fill you in on a little things that are going on. Wanted to say this is December, which is Family Month, and what better way to start off with our Rotary family than with our district governor, Hal DeMay. And on the phone we have our district website master and newsletter man, Mike Townley. This show originally was supposed to kick off last Tuesday, but our poor district governor was a little under the weather. But it was Giving Tuesday, and we're going to talk a little bit about that as well, because we are beyond the hashtag Giving Tuesday, we still can give in the month of December. Let's do a little congratulations to our anniversary clubs. We have the Woodbridge Perth Amboy Club, 92 years old. The Union Club was 74. The Watchung Club is 54, and White House is 39 years old. Actually, they were these ages in November. I just forgot to change the content for December.
That's okay.
That's okay.
We have a topper.
But congratulations to them.
And they have a topper.
They have a topper?
The Trenton Club celebrated its 95th anniversary.
They don't look that old.
I know. They're still young people.
They're very young.
Yes.
They're very young.
The original members decided not to come, though.
The state of New Jersey now has a great Rotary license plate out there.
Excuse me, Megan. Yes. I just made a mistake.
You made a mistake?
It wasn't Trenton. No. It was New Brunswick.
Oh, New Brunswick.
New Brunswick.
Okay.
And my hopes are that they'll forgive me for that, but it is the New Brunswick Club that just celebrated its 95th anniversary.
Nice. Well, and we've got Mike Townley on the line, and just Mike, chime in anytime you want, but you could probably tell us who the anniversary clubs are this month because you just did the newsletter.
Well, I don't remember them all, but I remember my club is 94 years old.
Oh.
Plainfield North Plainfield Club.
But we got some heavy hitters out there in the 90s, don't we?
Yeah.
Mike, you are the 5th oldest club in the district.
Yeah, I know. We've been around for a while. Still plugging along, too.
Absolutely. And plugging along beautifully.
You don't look a day over 50, Mike.
Oh, thank you. But since you can't see me, I'm not so sure what you're judging that by.
Yeah. We also have a really cool format right here in Hunterdon County. It's the Hunterdon Horizon Club. It's an e-club, and they just launched their new website. And
what's the web address?
Their web address is horizonrotaryclub.org.
Simple, easy, good.
Yep. And the district just launched this new website, right, Mike?
Yes, we did. RotaryNJ.org.
It looks really nice.
New format, a little bit cleaner, crisper, and more up-to-date, more modern.
Awesome.
Brighter, inviting, and very fresh-looking. And, Michael, you are the man behind that, and thank you for everything you did.
Oh, you're welcome. I was happy to do it. I got some good support people at our database folks at DAC-DB. They helped me through a few hurdles, and we managed to get it up and running. And I'm trying to keep it up to date, so I'm asking people who might be listening to make sure you send me news and information about your clubs and your projects so we can keep the website fresh. And at the same time, we also feed information over to the district's Facebook page, and vice versa. Tulsi Past District Governor Tulsi Maharjan is great about posting things on the Facebook page and posting links from clubs. I try to pick up information there whenever I can. So either on Facebook or directly to us through emails, we'd like to get your news out there for people to see.
What email address do you prefer, Michael?
The best one is secretary7510@rotarynj.org.
Thanks.
Awesome. And it's the holiday season. We had a big holiday weekend here in Hunterdon County. Kicked it off Friday with the parade in Clinton. Then we just had one here in Flemington on Sunday. In fact, the show was streamed live. So if you're listening to this station and you go onto YouTube, you can see the parade. Watch it there. I just saw you guys got some kudos too from that too, Bruce, didn't you? Turn your microphone on.
Actually, we did. We got some pretty nice emails of people that around the country are watching it out of the area, and some folks from in the area, too, that really said they enjoyed seeing
Fabulous.
it. So it was an hour-and-a-half show. It was great. We sent Rich out on the street and had him talk to some of the people watching the parade and also some of the folks that were participating. So
Sort of
cool.
jaywalking?
Yeah.
Just forcing his way into the crowd, you know?
Okay.
So he didn't get run over. He came back all right and didn't slip in any of the residue from the horses that they were cleaning up there. So it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of fun. The weather was great. So
It was
good
beautiful.
turnout. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen such a gorgeous sunset that night, especially in December. Oh
Really?
my gosh, it was amazing.
Unbelievable for the beginning of December, late fall, early winter. So I'm sure the other shoe will drop at some point. We'll be watching people sliding down the street. in a
Yeah,
couple
I'm
of
waiting
weeks.
for that to happen. We were just talking earlier about sitting here watching the snow falling. Hopefully,
It's going to be interesting.
Hopefully, not too soon.
It's been really gratifying to see in the little short while that we've been on that people come up and wave and watch, and we have the show running on a big screen monitor here in the window so that they can actually see what's
Oh, that's
going on.
really
So
neat.
that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then we let it run, during the other show. I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. Let's let you get
Yeah.
on with your show.
Yeah. So this is a whole new format, and it's just a new way to bring Rotary to not just to our Rotarians in the district, but worldwide, as well as anybody who is interested in hearing what's going on, because it may turn the heads and make a difference, and they want to get involved.
Absolutely. Why not? It's an easy thing to do. Most towns have a Rotary Club of one kind or another, or there's one nearby, and all the meetings are open. All you have to do is walk in, basically.
Exactly.
And they're typically listed online. If you plug in the name of a town and Rotary Club, guess what? It's going to pop up, or the club closest to the town that you put in the search engine will pop up, and there'll usually be a phone number or an email address. It'll usually say where the club meets and what time and day, and just either show up or give them a call or shoot them an email and say, hey, are you meeting this Thursday at lunchtime or whatever? And you'll get an answer, and just walk in and hang out. It's okay.
There you go.
And guess what? You don't have to join. You can taste first. You don't
Oh, okay. Okay. Dip your toe in the water before you...
dip your toe in the water, exactly, a couple of times.
Yep.
In fact, try out a couple of different Rotary clubs, because they all have different personalities. They're usually all into different kinds of things in their own communities. So find the one that you like that sort of fits your personality, and then talk to them about, okay, so what does it take to become a member here? But you don't have to do it on your first date.
There you go. I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah, we have heard that before, though, haven't we?
Yep. So, couple of things going on. Coming up here in Flemington on Thursday, we have a really cool concert if you want to get into the holiday spirit. It's called the Acapellas. So you can learn a little bit more about that on the downtownflemington.com website. The Hillsborough Rotary Club.
Wait. Tell us a little more
You
about them.
want to know more about
Yeah.
that? Well,
Other than they have no instruments.
Other
we
than
know
they
that.
have no instruments. They're a really high energy, vibrant, jazzy sound, and they'll be doing some holiday music and some show tunes and different things like that. It starts at 7 o'clock in the historic courthouse.
That's great.
And there's this whole come and have dinner and show that we've paired with a local restaurant called Matt's Red Rooster to do a dinner and a show.
Nice.
And he's doing a pre-dinner special.
So it's
you're in
sort of,
Flemington, you pretend like you're in Manhattan.
Dinner, theater, concert
yeah,
kind of thing.
there you go.
All right.
So that's a really cool thing to do for for this
How do
holiday
you
season.
get tickets to that?
Just go to downtownflemington.com. You're going to come back and do that,
That's
right?
simple, huh?
Yeah.
All right. It sounds good.
Yeah, you should come back. Or you can get the Flemington app and order the tickets right on your phone.
Just my phone just couldn't live without yet another app.
Another app. Just another app. Gotta have another app. I think we need to get a Rotary app, too. What do you think, Mike?
Well,
that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
I've got a RotaryClub.org app. It'll find any Rotary Club
There you go.
on the planet, literally.
Wow.
Because there's, 34,200 some odd Rotary Clubs around the world. And wherever you are,
Yeah.
or what did Chevy Chase say? Wherever you may go, there you are.
There you are. We've got Santa Claus coming here on Saturday, if you haven't seen him yet.
Haven't seen Santa this year yet.
Santa will be here on Saturday at the courthouse. in the
We have a
afternoon.
Rotarian who's a Santa. Did you know that?
I did not. Who is that?
Fanwood Scotch Plains Club, a little bit east of here. The Santa for years has been Steve Goldberg.
Get out.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's too funny.
Oh, yes. And he is a wonderful Santa.
Is he a great
and he
Santa?
loves doing it.
And all he's got to do is dye his beard, though, right?
That's right. And sort of change his religious orientation for the night.
Just for the night. That's okay.
He loves doing it, and he's a great Santa.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We've got a ribbon cutting coming up here on Monday for this show and this station. So hopefully we can get some Rotarians to come out and celebrate the station and the show's new venue.
All right.
And
Yes.
support
Appreciate
everything.
it. We'd love to have anybody that would like to come out. We've got Janet Madalena and
Yep.
the staff are going to cater it. And you guys have graciously offered to help us out over at the bid, as you have since we put this concept together, and
Yep.
we really appreciate that. So it should be a good time. Hopefully the weather will be good.
Exactly.
I'm going to be in the city all down in downtown Manhattan and all day, so hopefully I can get out of there at a reasonable hour and make it on time. If
Oh,
not,
you can't miss your own ribbon cutting.
that'd be great, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
And
adjust the
especially
shuttle.
especially
So-
leaving it up to Rich to handle.
Yeah, really.
that'll never
We know how
happen.
that's going to go.
Poor Rich isn't
Poor
here to
Rich.
defend
He's
himself.
not really. We're just burying him when he's not here. So. But it'll be fun anyway. So,
Well, Bruce,
please
you've
come
been
out.
terrific.
Well, I don't know about that. You guys got a great show. It's a great cause, and certainly Rotary it speaks for itself. All the good work that you guys do every year, day in and day out. A lot of it behind the scenes, and people don't realize that things would be worse than they are now if you guys weren't, men and women, doing a lot of work.
So
for
let me tell
years.
you a at-home story. So my club had a Christmas tree festival on Saturday, and we get a lot of different businesses and organizations to sponsor a tree. In fact, we had a Flemington Christmas tree, and I got all the businesses in town to donate something to go on the tree, gift certificates, whatever.
Beautiful.
The Hunter and Brewing Company donated a lot of beer, and then they took empty beer cans and hats and T-shirts and bottle openers and coasters and decorated the tree, and then had all these cases of beer and mugs underneath it. That was the tree I wanted, but I didn't get it. That always happens, right? So we had a whole bunch of trees that are decorated, and it's like a trick or treat. You go in, you get tickets, and you put your ticket in front of the tree that you want to get. So, long story short, end of the day, party's over. Everybody wins their trees, but a lot of people don't come equipped to bring a tree home. So they come back the next day to get the tree. Well, lo and behold, they come back the next day, and there's a tree missing. Somebody
The
stole.
beer tree. Megan, you didn't.
Somebody took the tree.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm
Somebody
serious.
actually stole
Somebody
the
actually
tree?
stole the tree. They left. Now the person who won the tree took all the gift certificates and everything off, but the physical tree was gone the next day. So come to find out that evening there was a gentleman staying in the hotel who was a little inebriated from hanging out in the bar, who stole the tree because he said his kids didn't have a Christmas tree for Christmas.
So you just help
Well-
yourself to one, right?
So he helped himself to a tree.
If-
But
if he had stayed away from the bar, he might have been able to do a
afforded
tricky
a
tray on
tree.
one of the
I know.
trees.
But out of the goodness of this Rotarian's heart, the tree was donated to his family.
Very cool.
Did he get a ride home from the bar?
I don't know.
Because your point is well taken.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
let's look at the big picture here.
Look at the bigger picture. I know.
You really want me to be,
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the kids because they're they're the ones that suffer. But, oh, really? You're inebriated?
But can you imagine? Well,
yes, I can
walking
imagine
out with a
anything.
Christmas tree at Clinton Holiday Inn.
I have one. I have one question.
That's the
I have one question.
Yeah.
Was he still at the bar that next morning?
Yeah, good point. Or under it.
Yeah, right. I just talk about the
probably
ultimate. The Grinch stole Christmas, right?
Holy mackerel!
But it just goes to show you. But it was, I guess, I don't know. The Rotarian was just like, whatever, take the tree. I'm not gonna.
That's great.
Yeah,
with it.
right.
You obviously need it more than we do.
Exactly. You obviously need it more than they needed it. So, so that's my Christmas story. Did the Hillsborough Club have their Help Us Help Them event already, or is that coming up?
I'm not sure whether that's coming up or not. Mike, do you happen to know?
I'm sorry, I missed it. What?
Hillsborough was having the Operation Shoebox event for Help Us Help Them.
Yeah, Hillsborough had the shoebox event last weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, they were very pleased. They got very good results. Again, if people want to see more about that, they can look at the district Facebook page, Facebook/District 7510, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But they posted a number of pictures and a few different pieces of information about it. Apparently another very successful event. I think the second year they've done it on that kind of a scale. I think they were packing for like 100,000 meals or something in this event. And they did their share over there. So quite a good event.
Do you know of what other clubs are doing? And this kind of like everyone's like so busy shopping and buying gifts for each other. And it was funny this morning in spin class, I said to this woman, she's like, I'm just so stressed I can't do it. And I was like, it's so anticlimactic. I was like, don't worry about the holiday cards. Don't worry about the gift giving. Think of it as the holiday season and not the day of. And I said, go to a concert, turn on Christmas music, just chill. And she looked at me, she goes, I never thought about the season. I always just thought about the day.
Yeah.
I was like, you'll find that you won't be nearly as stressed.
We need to send her a season's greetings card.
Yeah, I didn't so too. But, last Tuesday was Giving Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think a lot of people need to kind of slow down and think about that and participate in more things like that.
People stepped up to that, and I'm sure it'll continue.
Yeah. Have you heard about what some of the clubs are doing in the district for not just Giving Tuesday, but just giving in general for the holidays?
Well, one club I'm aware of decided this year, uniquely, to adopt a family of 8 in Elizabeth's inner city. Mm-hmm. Mom and dad and 6 children.
Wow, what a big family.
It's not that they're unemployed. It's that they are working hard and can't make ends meet for Christmas.
Well, if you have 6 kids, I guess.
So the club got together and created teams of 2 each, club members who went out and shopped specifically for each of the family members, for mom, for dad, and for each of the kids, and each team had a specific person that they were going to get Christmas gifts for, and it was done so that it was pretty much all equal across all of them, so that you don't have one bag that weighs 50 pounds and another one that has a pair of mittens in it.
Yeah, right.
So the playing field was leveled, and that was dropped off at the destination point about 3 or 4 days ago. And then in the same town, there is a gentleman who is he's single, about 50 years old, and at the moment he happens to be homeless. So other members of the same club decided, well, why don't we do something for him? He needs a Christmas too. So he is going to get a bag of Christmas goodies that a 50-year-old gentleman can put to use.
Yep.
Yes, but nothing that would encourage him to run off with a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I know locally we through the Angel Patrol at the YMCA, our club buys gifts for families, and part of the proceeds for the silent auction at the Christmas Tree Festival went to the YMCA.
That's fabulous.
So we do that. Mike, have you heard about some of the different things that other clubs are doing out there?
Well, I noticed on when I was looking through Facebook that the Trenton Club is doing a hygiene kit drive for the rescue mission during December. And they're putting these kits together for people who go to the Trenton Rescue Mission. I believe they're collecting them all at their holiday party around the middle of the month, and then they'll deliver them over the rescue mission so people who come in get the benefit of those hygiene kits for their holiday stay over at the rescue mission. Everybody seems to have something, we all try to do, all the clubs. Of course, we're always focusing on service, but at the holidays, something comes up that you either hear about or do traditionally, one of the two, and follow up with that so that someone else will benefit from our good fortune. We have someone we're collecting some money for person's unemployed and he has some health issues, and we're asking all of our club members to donate a set amount or whatever they feel like donating, but it'll just be something to help that family get through the holidays a little bit easier.
So one of the things I think is pretty cool is, as district governor, you get to carry out a parallel theme of the RI president. And it's so appropriate to talk about that today, since we're talking about giving. And what is the theme?
The theme is for this Rotary year, which is July 1st to June 30th of 2016, is Be a Gift to the World. And I am thrilled to be a governor during the year of that particular theme, because if there's anything that sums up what Rotary really is all about, that's it. We are gifts to the world, both as clubs and as individual Rotarians. There was a situation that sort of talks to that actually happened a couple of months ago, but it's appropriate to talk about it in this season. In the town of Summit, which has a rather robust Rotary Club and very active, one of the members happened to be walking her dog in downtown Summit, and was approached by two young men, both of whom were homeless, and they asked her if she happened to know of a soup kitchen or a place where they could get some food. And she said, "Oh yes, go that way about 2 blocks, turn left, and walk a block. There's a church there." So they headed off, and she continued to walk her dog, and stopped, and said, "Wait a minute. I'm a Rotarian. Is that what I should have done?" She turned around, went back, escorted the two young men to the church where they could get a meal, and actually walked them inside, introduced them, and made sure that they were taken care of before she left. That's Rotary in action. That's Rotary at ground level. That's boots on the ground Rotary, Bruce. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, there's a big disconnect if you simply write a check and send it off, and certainly the money's needed. But if you, we raised our boys that you got to go down there and get your hands dirty and actually get some sense, and it's really a snapshot. It really doesn't serve the purpose. But if you had a, walk in my shoes type of a situation for a couple days, you'd find out that this is not at all funny for a lot of people. Yep. And there's so many, whether it's an illness that's catastrophic in a family or whether it's loss of a loved one, drug and alcohol problems, which are rampant. You don't have to, my cynical joke is you couldn't swing a cat and not find 5 people that are in pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
So it's not funny, and I think that the need is never going to diminish. And I also think that we're finding less and less help, although we all think we can turn to the government, whoever that is, it's supposed to be us, for that help. I think the NGOs are pushed and squeezed harder and harder and harder, the philanthropic, the service organizations. In bad economic times, and let's face it, we're still not out of 2008 by any standard for most people. There's a lot of companies that are doing well, But in my work in investigative journalism, there are a lot of people that are the working poor, just barely, as you alluded to that family in Elizabeth, that are just working their tail off to try to keep equilibrium and not have the power shut off or lose their car or not have insurance money. So there's no discretionary money whatsoever. And it hurts the kids because the society leads them to believe if they don't get a present that there's something wrong with them. And if they don't get a lot of presents, mom and dad aren't doing their job.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
But we are materialistic, and I don't, it's easy for me to condemn, but, it's the point of it is that unless you face the reality of living on the street or being without a job, it's very hard to imagine for most of us because we've never had anything even close to that to deal with. So, I don't want to be sad on this type of year. One thing that...
But that makes us the ones who can help.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And the ones who can make a difference.
Yep.
And we don't always, and it's purposely done this way, we don't always wave a flag every time we do it.
Ring the bell. I know when you go to Brooks Brothers, every time someone gives a donation, they ring the bell.
A little differently
it's
from
a
that.
reminder.
There's a Rotary Club not too far from here that some years ago discovered that there were two families in town with children under the age of 5, both of which, one was leukemia and the other was a pretty devastating cancer. And the cost of the treatment made Christmas impossible. Yes. And so this club actually put together their own funds and delivered the food market prepaid cards to them.
Right.
No name on them.
And that's
not
the highest,
publicized.
That's the highest.
No
tribute to anybody
photograph.
that does it anonymously.
Family not identified. Rotary not identified. Just literally.
Just do it.
And I happened to be one of them on one day. Just left it on the doorstep with a note that said "Merry Christmas."
Class act to do that, and you don't embarrass the people by
exactly.
It's bad enough.
Oh yeah.
And it is embarrassing as much as they appreciate it. I mean, you feel horrible if you can't take care of your own family. Yeah. It's not funny. And as I said, in tough times economically, the nonprofits, the organizations, and you know better than anybody, trying to get people, there's a cyclic kind of a broad, I don't know if you would say a trend, but it tends to make it harder and harder in and of itself. It almost feeds on itself because when times are tough, people work longer hours. They want to keep their job. People are let go in organizations and not replaced, so you've got a higher workload. So there's more stress there. And in the organizations I've been involved with for years, you see less and less people available, even if they have the willpower and the desire to do it, available to spend a lot of hours on the rescue squad or in the Lions Club or any of the service organizations because they just are working an inordinate amount of hours.
Well, no one has the time.
You have to make time.
You don't.
Megan doesn't have the time. I don't have the
time. You make the time. What's your commitment? Right.
Excuse me.
And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And you have to carve it out. I've been looking for years to find a 36-hour day. And, it's still 23 hours and 54 minutes, and I haven't been able to break that barrier. So I've got to make the time.
Well, and I think that's a good point. It's easy to rationalize your way around. And certainly, if you have the money, and that helps because they can purchase goods and services that are needed. I'm always amazed.
But you don't need to do that. And that's the one thing that people are like, oh, I don't have the money to help. I'm stretched to my max. I don't. But you know what? Here's a simple thing. And just as you talked about the woman walking her dog and seeing the two people on the street, she made a decision to do something that she could help with. She made a decision to do the right thing. She could have made a decision to do something wrong.
Or nothing.
Or the worst case scenario was absolutely nothing.
Right. Quote from Theodore Roosevelt.
Exactly.
In a situation where a decision is necessary, the best thing you can do is make the right decision.
Yep.
The worst thing
The second best thing you can do is make the wrong decision. And the worst thing you can do
is nothing.
Is no decision.
Apathy is just horrendous. And I think just small little things. One year our club...
We had a rally for apathy a couple of months ago, but nobody showed up.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
One year I challenged...
He's here all week, tip the waiter.
I challenged my club for the holiday seasons one year to do some random acts of kindness, and they had the best time doing it. They really did.
It does make you feel good to
things.
be
Stupid things like you're at the gas station and jumping out of your car and cleaning the window of the person next to you,
right?
Or being in line at McDonald's and paying for the person behind them before they got up there, and just different. Something as simple as hello, use your manners and open a door for somebody as they're walking through
People
it.
Are freaked out. So shock value is
you
worth
fine tune.
Say hello to somebody.
Their radar.
Yeah, say hello to somebody and make eye contact as you're walking down the street.
Yeah, but not more than 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, okay. the third second would be a little creepy, right?
I don't know.
But it's just little things like that, so everybody can participate in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
And for people to say, I don't have time to do something that simple.
It didn't cost anything.
Right.
Well, we could get in. Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I think another thing we should talk about a little bit is getting younger people involved.
Oh, yeah.
I know that was mentioned just a few minutes ago, a couple times, the comments about families and all. And I think in this month we're talking about the family of Rotary. A big part of our Rotary family are our early act clubs and our interact clubs and our Rotaract clubs. The early act clubs are in the elementary schools. Interact clubs are in the middle and high schools, and Rotaract are college and young business men and women. So, we have an opportunity, all of us, to promote Rotary through these clubs and to get our young children, grandchildren, whatever, involved in service through activities that they decide on, activities that they, projects that they come up with. And it primes them really for the rest of their life. You have children in elementary school collecting money for polio, bringing their coins in and collecting and dropping them in their little polio piggies or their bank bears, whatever they have. It's really heartwarming to see that them have that focus and be willing to turn that money over. They do their own little food drives and clothing drives, mitten drives. This time of year especially, they're looking to do something for other people. And I think it's good for us as Rotarians to be able to look and say, look at the children, look how the children are doing the kinds of things that we would like to see them do, serving others, doing it with little fanfare but much effect. And I think that's common through all of the early act and interact and or 3 or 4 Rotaract clubs that we have in our district. And, of course, we see that, too, when you look around the world and see what some of the other youth clubs are doing. So I think it's a good thing for us to have our family reach down to the elementary level and encourage children to serve others in their own way with their own projects or to support or participate with the local Rotary Club's project. We have, in our club, we have a very active Interact Club at North Plainfield High School. The young woman who's our Interact advisor is a Spanish teacher there, Alexandra, and she's been advisor for about 6 or 7 years now, I think. Maybe a little bit longer because I lose track of time so easily, but she now has an Interact Club of 100 kids. She started with an Interact Club. Yeah, she started with an Interact Club of 30. So it's gotten to be the most popular club in the high school. A few years back, because of budget issues, they couldn't continue with every club that they used to have, and there was a prioritizing that went on, and the clubs and their advisors had to convince the powers that be at the Board of Education that their club should continue. And Interact basically came out at the top of the pile. So they do so many things and do them so willingly, and they have so much fun doing them that I think it really sets a tone for them as they then go on. We had 2 graduates from the Interact Club from last June went to Rutgers in New Brunswick, and the first thing they did was they found the Rotaract Club and joined. Mm-hmm. And that's like perfect. I was so happy to hear it, and as a matter of fact, I saw them recently at a Rutgers basketball game. 2 students, young women, going to watch the women's team play basketball, and we chatted for a minute and reminisced a little about Interact and how they're doing with Rotaract. So it's great to set a tone early and let the kids grow with the kinds of things that we do in Rotary. It's not just the adults doing it, it's our children as well.
Yeah, and empowering them to make the decision to pick those projects of things that they want to do. That's really key.
Right.
Yeah.
Our children. Let's talk a little bit about that. A good number of Rotarians these days already have grown children.
Yeah.
They're in their 20s, 30s, some of us even in their 40s, and those are our children. Are they Rotarians? Have we ever said to them, hey, in the town you're in, why don't you go find a Rotary Club and give it a try?
Mm-hmm.
Or if they're into computers and iPhones and smartphones and stuff like that,
Join that E-Club.
find an E-Club. But when's the last time we actually spoke to our own sons or daughters who are, quote unquote, the next generation and said, hey, you know what mom does, you know what dad does, it's time for you.
Yep.
And we'd like to help you do that. So our Christmas present to you this year will be your first year's membership.
Gonna pay for their dues, huh?
For Rotary. Give it a try for a year.
Yeah.
If you like it, stay with it. If it doesn't work for you, okay, you gave it a shot, but at least you gave it a shot. That could be one heck of a gift to the world.
There you go. Good point taken.
Yep, great idea.
Yeah, I'd just like to add, though, I going back to the getting young people involved. I think in the broadest sense, what you're doing is instilling a sense of conscience in young people that they know, inherently as they grow up and see the big picture that there's a lot of need out there, and if they have any kind of conscience, that will be a burr under their saddle to do something or find something. It's easy to rationalize your way out of it, and you're too busy, and so on and so forth. I think that ember stays alive if you plant it in them young enough and set the example by doing rather than just talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it actually stretches beyond conscience. One of the beauties of Rotary, I know that appeals to me and appealed to me when I first became involved with the Rotary Club, is there's an ethical platform.
Absolutely.
We call it the 4-way test.
Yep.
And we all subscribe to that. I mean, we're talking over 1 million Rotarians around the world, all subscribe to the same ethical platform. So you can walk into a Rotary meeting anywhere in the world, and you know that the people you're meeting
are on
the same page as you. You can be on the subway or on the bus to Manhattan or anywhere. The train, the New Jersey Transit train, you see a Rotary pin, you know that somebody, male or female, you're on the same page. And it makes a huge difference.
Unlike me, who's not wearing my pin tonight.
No,
we won't tell you. Have your Rotary socks on. I noticed earlier.
I just thought about that. Now that I'm being viewed, I guess I should wear my Rotary paraphernalia.
I think you.
When I do
yes,
the show.
your Rotary earrings. Your
my scarf,
all
the
over the
hat.
world.
The whole, hey, I'll be like Rich. I'll wear the hat.
Your Rotary special decoder ring. Oh yeah, you've got to. Yeah, definitely. But the Rotary socks are good.
Okay.
I like those tonight.
Okay.
That works fine.
They're watching in Ukraine right now, and you're in a lot of trouble.
Uh-oh.
Because you don't have your pin on.
I don't have my pin on.
As crazy as it is, some of the organizations I've been involved with that are some of them are service organizations, but also in the military. That sense of knowing someone who has shared values. You see a pin, and it's like you feel more comfortable talking to that person because you have something in common instead of just walking up to a stranger. Yep. That's pretty cool when you're traveling, out of the area. It's pretty nice to say, hey, brother, sister, Rotarian, and by the way, I'm in a jam here. Can you tell me where there's a good hotel around or something? It is a conversation starter that's based on more than just a very I would say esoteric kind of a. There's some meaning to it because you have shared values. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Some years ago, I was at a Rotary Club, and in walked a business owner from the Netherlands, of all places, and he was a Rotarian in the Netherlands.
There you go.
He was looking to start an operation, his first sort of overseas adventure, and the first thing he did was find a Rotary Club, because he knew that the people in the Rotary Club were going to be ethically and philosophically compatible with him, and it turned out to be a fabulous match.
And supportive. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's a great starting point. And like I said, if you're traveling, and I've been all over the world, as you've done a lot of traveling.
Yeah, I was on the top of Machu Picchu when I ran into another Rotarian.
I
I
hope
had
you
my
took a
hat on
picture.
and he had his on.
I hope
Beautiful.
you took a picture of that.
I did.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
How cool is that?
It was
I mean,
pretty
so
cool.
that's really
It's
that's
really
a
kinda
remarkable.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
We
always
also have a double here, and Jersey Talk Radio is a perfect venue. I remember some years ago visiting a Rotary Club in Ventura, California, and my wife Linda, who was not a Rotarian at that time, but she and I walked in, and it was a club of about 30, 40 members, something around there, and I would say almost half of them walked up to us and said, "Hi, I'm originally from New Jersey."
Oh, wow.
which I won't even ask you what that made.
Yeah,
me feel
right.
Like. Really, I'm not from New Jersey. Why are you asking?
Well, you belong here. You are now.
Yes.
But New Jersey does have a sort of reputation for populating other states,
Yeah, they all leave here. And
Yeah, they
never
are,
come back.
exactly.
and not just Florida.
Oh no, believe me, they're everywhere. It's
You can't escape us.
no, it's I'm not going to say
That old
Just
joke,
wait
what
till
exit,
Sunday.
it's, yeah.
Yeah, really.
What state are you exiting to?
Right. It's true.
Well,
I've run
I
into
came
people
back.
all over the world.
Yeah.
They're from New Jersey.
Yeah, but I'm a Hudson County boy, born and
Okay.
raised. But I lived 17 years in California and a few years in some other states.
Oh,
and
that'll teach you.
wound up actually coming home. So
And he brought part
Can't
of that
be all bad.
California mentality with him, too. Can't you tell? By the way he talks.
Yeah, I saw the surfboard in your car. when
Yeah.
you came in.
absolutely.
That's right.
Why not?
So my assistant at
I don't
work-
have a Ron John bumper sticker on the car, though.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
No, he's got a Rotarian sticker on his car. And we do. So there you go. I might not wear my pin, but I got it on my car.
Okay, that counts.
All right. Does
All
that
right.
count?
Yes, and your car is parked right out front. We're in good shape.
Yeah. There you go. So I
Okay.
advertise it everywhere I go.
And we're going to get you some Jersey Talk Radio swag as soon as it comes in. We're waiting for shirts and bumper stickers and all that neat stuff.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
There you go.
so you can.
I'll tell you a little Rotary recognition story from just this past 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was working volunteering at Rutgers at the concession stand for a fundraiser for our club, and I had my Rotary shirt on, of course, and I was standing out in front of the booth looking at the food display, making sure everything's nice and neat and, looked good and appealing, marketing 101. And this man walks by me, and he took a glance at my shirt, and he kept walking, then he stopped, and he circled around, he came back, and he looked at my shirt, he said, "You were in the Plainfield Rotary?" I said, "Yeah, Plainfield, North Plainfield." He said, I'm a Paul Harris fellow. I said, "Oh, you are?" He said, "Yeah." He said, I said to him, when did you get your Paul Harris recognition? He said, "Oh, my grandfather did it for me." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, he said, "My grandfather was in your club."
Oh, wow.
I said, "Wait a minute, what's your name?"
Fantastic.
He said, "My name's Eric Lathrop."
Oh, jeez, I know.
I said, "Your grandfather was Matty Matheson."
Wow.
We both know Eric.
His grandfather was Matty Matheson.
Oh,
So,
my gosh.
yep. So I talked with him for about 15 minutes, reminiscing about his grandfather, who's for us, a famous Rotarian from our district.
Let me interrupt for a minute. For our listeners and viewers, Matty Mathewson, there is an award in this district named after Matty Mathewson, and it is given once a year to a single Rotarian who exemplifies service above self, which is the Rotary motto, better than, or to a greater degree is a better way to put it, to a greater degree than any other Rotarian in that particular year. A recent recipient of that, I believe, is a gentleman named Michael Townley.
Yep. And I'm very much appreciative of the award. It meant a lot to me. I know, and I mentioned when I received the award, because I'm one of the 2 people left in my club who knew Matty Matheson.
Wow.
Had the pleasure of serving with him in the club and had the pleasure of learning from him. So, meeting his grandson and hearing him talk about his grandfather in the same way and with the same kind of respect that I felt for him was a remarkable thing. And it wouldn't have happened if I didn't have my Rotary shirt with my Rotary emblem on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
that's
why it's important. It's important to show yourself as a Rotarian. You never know who you're going to bump into who has something to share with you, some story to share.
And, and that goes across, as we were talking about other service organizations. I'm very good friends with a lot of Lions here, and
great organization.
They I think it doesn't matter what organization you're in. We all have the same kind of forward momentum, and we all have the same challenges.
Yeah, find the one that works for you and make it work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of finding an organization, one of the things to do, what is that thing called? Is it Charity Tracker or something like that?
Oh, there's several. There's several.
But the
of
big
those
one,
sites. Yeah, might be.
At
You
any
mean
rate,
for giving? If you want to give,
it looks at not-for-profit organizations and rates them. 4-star rating.
Yes.
And,
there's about 4 or 5 of real high ones.
And the Rotary Foundation is a
Number
4-star.
Yep, I know.
And that's important to recognize.
Right.
That how much of what you donate goes where you want it to.
Yep.
And not to...
Chris was on the show just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, perfect.
From the foundation.
Chris Boyle.
Yep.
Wonderful.
And it was one of the things he was telling me about. Yeah.
There's a number of them that certainly don't meet that criteria.
That's true.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Because it's exploitive and it just it just ruins it for everybody else.
Yeah. But as as any will say, check it out and then make your decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and the neat thing to know is if you do check out the Rotary Foundation, the odds are you'll make a decision in favor of that support.
Yep. And you don't have to be a Rotarian to give to the foundation.
No, you don't. No, anyone
there
can.
You go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it. And it's amazing that if people ask me, why am I a Rotarian? Do you have your 5-second elevator speech down?
As to why I'm a Rotarian?
Yeah.
I can't imagine not being.
Well, mine is because I can be part of an organization that's doing something every second of the day in the
that's
world.
good.
Because I may be asleep here in Hunterdon County at 1 o'clock in the morning, but another Rotarian's doing something across the world.
Somewhere else.
Giving a polio drops or something. And I'm a part of that, and I feel good about knowing that.
At the last international convention, the flags of the various countries and territories are brought in, and a portion of their national anthem is played as they come into the room. It's a huge, huge auditorium, and it takes close to a half an hour to bring all the flags in. Rotary is in over 200 countries and territories. Actually, that's more countries and territories than McDonald's is in.
Jeez.
And that's an important factoid.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I have to think about that.
But
yes.
Do you know what was the first Rotary Club off of U.S. soil?
No, I don't. But Michael, you want to weigh in on this one? You might happen to know.
I know. Come on.
I
went around to every one of your clubs when I was district governor, and this was one of the quizzes
This
that
is
I
one of
asked.
your quiz questions as
London.
a past district governor.
London, England.
No.
Bermuda.
Cuba.
That's interesting.
Let me rephrase it. Non-speaking English club.
Non-English speaking club.
Let
Okay.
me
Because
rephrase
otherwise it would have been
But
Canada.
thought-
Rotary's not in Cuba any longer. It hasn't been since, don't ask me
Probably
the year.
62.
I'm really bad
We'll
at
be
the
back.
years.
That's
We'll
all
be
right.
back soon. Don't worry.
That's
Yeah.
all right. We convinced the federal government to
let
open
'em
it up
back.
so that we
Well,
needed to go back
we're going
there.
back to
Yeah.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
right? I know a couple of years back they were looking at trying to get Rotary clubs back in Vietnam.
Yep.
So
And it'll happen.
it will happen.
Yeah,
And-
there are a few places you can go where you won't be able to find a Rotary Club.
Yeah.
And, of course, for the cruising population, typically
There you go.
You can find Rotarians aboard ship.
Yep.
And
Have your own little
I've
private
seen
powwow.
them, and I've seen them do that. I've participated in it.
And a Rotary
and
meeting
met
on a
some
cruise ship.
interesting people from various parts of the world.
Are you serious? A Rotary meeting on a cruise ship?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Just
Wow.
you know how they have the little cards posted near the
I've only been on
you know,
two
guest
cruises, so
services,
it's not like a.
but it'll say such and
Something,
bridge
meeting of
club
the- right.
meeting, or
Right.
if you want
Right.
to play bridge or whatever it might be.
Sure.
And there will often be a service club. Meeting Tuesday, on the Lido deck, blah blah blah.
Oh wow!
And
Did not know that.
you'll go and you'll meet Rotarians, you'll meet Lions, Kiwanians, sometimes Freemasons, and which is a fraternity, not a service club, but it's a similar concept. It's
They
all
don't-
about
they don't allow
humanity.
women.
Well, they do in Eastern Star.
It's called Eastern Star, and yes, there is a place for you, Megan. Just let me know anytime you like.
That's right, or me if you like.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we
Brother
won't
Bruce,
deviate. Yes,
okay.
that's true.
I might play full in Rotary.
I'm sure you do, and
Everything
thank
else,
goodness you do
everything
because you
else I'm
make a
involved
difference.
in. Crime Stoppers, Hunter Prevention Resources, which I have a meeting at that I'm missing at right now. I'm going to get yelled at for missing it.
Uh-oh.
Well, you have proof you were doing something of value.
Yes.
I emailed them. I said, guys, I'll be there as soon as my show's over.
there
Well,
you go.
they
And
need
we're
to be
6 minutes
streaming this
away.
live.
Huh?
We're 6 minutes away.
We're
so
6 minutes away from the show or from where
from
I'm
the
going.
end of the show,
From-
you're now
well,
5
that's
minutes
both.
away.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
you guys might want to,
Probably the one thing we
summarize
want to
and
talk a little bit about.
notices
And we
Well, what on
Mention-
your agenda haven't we covered that we need
We
to?
actually pretty much did, I mean, really, it's about being a gift to the world and the different ways of doing it. And if you're not a Rotarian, you can still give to the foundation if you really want to give. I know I get in the mail catalogs from a lot of organizations to give this time of year. I think heifer is probably one of the bigger ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I've actually bought chickens and geese and ducks for the kids, and they look at it and go, yeah, okay, whatever. But you know what?
I've only bought turkeys and we wind up eating them, so that's a little different.
Yeah. They want something to go with that.
Sure.
But you got to really kind of give them the story. And I think that's what it's all about. And, we've got this great website that you can
Yes.
go on there and take a look at. And just kind of, that's a good way to start kids and giving and just plant that seed.
And the dollar that you give may inoculate a child against polio so that they'll never get it, because there's still no cure for polio. You
That's
have to
right.
be immunized, and unless you are, you run the risk of contracting polio, and it's a handful now, thanks to Rotary and partners. Your dollar may go toward a water filter somewhere in a third world country that eliminates the bacteria and keeps kids or even adults healthy. It could provide a foot or a leg for someone who stepped on a landmine, and there are no governmental services that that provide any rehabilitation for them. There are hundreds of ways that the donations to the foundation are put to use around the world. So your dollar is going somewhere,
right.
and it is helping humanity in some manner.
Yep. Or if you can't financially do that, just look at somebody and smile and say, have a good day.
Yeah, or
Well, that's true.
come to a
Little
Rotary
civility goes a long way.
come
It
to
sure
a
does.
Rotary club, roll up your sleeves, and help us do good in our own
There you go.
communities. You can do that too. That doesn't take a dime.
Get on the back of a hay wagon and ride down the street and say Merry Christmas to people.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
That was an awfully
It's
cold
better
night
than
Friday
it's
night.
better than
Friday night.
walking behind the horse.
No, you don't. You don't have a new person walk behind the horse.
No,
Okay.
no, they're not on cleanup duty.
No, right. The new person leads the horse.
You walk
Next
behind
year
the
they can
horse.
walk.
Next year, okay.
It's part of the hazing
All right.
process.
Yeah, exactly.
It culls the herd, as it were, together with the shovel and the bucket.
Oh, it gives you some religion too.
Yeah.
You know.
But Mike, I just want to acknowledge you and all the work that you've been doing and getting the communications out there with Rotary, because that's your forte, and
Well, we try.
helping to
Well, you succeed.
help getting this show out there. I mean, that's why. I mean, this may be our first show here on Jersey Radio, Talk Radio, but we're going into our 5th year of doing this radio show.
And that's thanks to you,
2016.
Megan.
Yeah. So.
Right. Congratulations. It is right. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it's I tell people I've learned more about Rotary doing the show because I've interviewed RI presidents and UN representatives, and you name it. It's out there, and it's just getting those people to come on and talk about what they're doing. Hey, we've got the platform. Come and do it. So.
And you also know what questions to ask.
Well, not always.
That's important.
Not always.
Yeah.
Well, and I want to remind you that take advantage of this show. You can embed this on your website. It's archived, so this can be available for anybody that would like to review the show at a later date that wasn't able to be here live. So,
Bruce, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Okay.
we hope
There you
that
go,
everybody
Mike. You
likes
need
the
to
value.
figure out how to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
We'll
another
help you do that.
project.
Yeah, we'll just give you the URL, and you can just put it on your website on an
Yeah.
icon.
Beautiful.
Sure. No,
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, I know we were doing that with the MP3s on Facebook in the past, but
Yeah, and you can take the audio portion. We'll help you with all that. As things develop, we're going to have a much more robust forward push where you can take your Facebook friends or your email list and let people know, hey, we're going to be on tonight, or it was just posted. If you want to, you just click on it. They don't have to go look for it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Make
That's
it
good.
easier. Yeah, and we'll get clubs to use it as a makeup format.
I love it.
Don't you love that
Yes.
idea? Pretty cool.
Yes.
Why not?
Definitely.
So, well, thank y'all for coming on today.
Hey,
really
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it. I feel strange. I need my music. I can't close my show.
Well,
I can't
we'll
open
work
it
on
and
that
close
for
my
you.
show without my music. So,
We'll work on that.
Should we ask her to sing?
no, I'm
Sure.
not going to sing.
Okay.
Or whistle.
Because then
Or
if I
hum a tune.
if I sing a song that I know, it may not be it may be
Oh, that's right. Yes, we want to protect the artists, right?
I can't sing
Digital rights.
I
Yes,
can't
sir.
sing Katrina and the Waves. We're walking on sunshine.
That's okay. At least ASCAP won't be after you.
Yeah,
Or BMI for that.
or
matter.
Right.
BMI.
Well, I think you need to put the challenge out every week for somebody to come up with that theme song.
I
And
know.
I'm sure there's,
That's
I'm
right.
sure there's
Do
a
some
Rotarian, an Interactor, or a
original music.
Rotaractor out
Yeah.
there who can do it for you.
Or the teenage son of a Rotarian.
There you go.
And his garage band.
In his
or
garage
her
band.
garage
There
band.
you go. I need a new song.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming on, Mike and Hal. Appreciate it.
You're
Keep
welcome.
launching
Thanks for
off
asking.
the first show, and hopefully we can get some more people out to keep
Oh,
this
yeah.
going. And I know it's an interesting time frame from moving from Monday at 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock on a Tuesday, and it's going to be a little tough to get some of you guys from the eastern part of the state out here.
Oh, you make it fun. This
dealing
has
with
been
traffic,
great.
but appreciate it.
Yep.
Okay.
Good luck with the new format.
Thank you very much.
Have a great holiday.
And everybody have
Okay.
a wonderful night. And as we said, you can catch the show on RotaryNJ.org, and we'll get that link up there for you.
All right.
So until next week, make a difference in someone else's life.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.